Jason Ader ran a successful activist campaign in international gaming technology. He's here to talk about that stock as well as the gaming industry. Welcome, Jason.
Good to see you again.
All right, the shares of IGT are up 25% this year. You ran an activist campaign, which started last summer. Stock has really responded. So where's the stock now? What's your outlook?
Well, the stock's almost 18. My outlook is positive. I think we raised two issues on our campaign as to the company's discipline as it relates to capital allocation and the company's discipline as it relates to corporate governance. And I think shareholders agreed with us, ISS agreed with us, and the company seems to be on the right track. I mean, at the end of the day, one should measure the performance of management and a board based on how the stock is doing, and it's certainly on the right trajectory today, at least.
What did you do in your activist campaign that made it successful? Was it nasty? Was it nice? Because we're seeing activist campaigns all over the place. It's the thing that hedge fund managers do now, whether it's Dan Loeb, Ackman, Einhorn. Everyone is an activist, Icon, most certainly. What'd you do right?
Well, I just think we had a lot of credibility. I mean, I spent 20 years as an analyst and an expert covering the casino industry. I think most people knew me in the 90s at Bear Stearns as one of the leading experts on the casino industry. I remember covering IGT stock. I became one of the largest shareholders of the company. I sit on the board of one of their biggest customers, Las Vegas Sands. And so when you speak to a large shareholder with that frame of reference, I just think the issues activists have today is they're easy to discredit by corporate management teams. And most corporate managements paint them as short-term oriented investors looking to benefit their funds or their hedge funds. And from my perspective, I've been a long-term investor in the company. I certainly have a great frame of reference, and it resonated. And that's the key in any successful activist initiative.
And where is the gaming industry right now? Where is Las Vegas? Where are all those riverboats? You can't turn around without seeing a new casino opening up, whether it's in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, in an old steel mill, or on a riverboat near you.
It is pretty amazing. I mean, I think you have a casino now within a 2-hour drive of 95% of the American population. They've just proliferated as it's become an important way for states to generate tax revenue and as well create jobs, and it's worked. It's worked. It started in Louisiana, Mississippi, and it's expanded.
How much of a cannibalization problem is there? And then throw on top of that, what about the threat of online gaming?
There's too much capacity in my view, and online gaming, in my view, will exacerbate the problem in certain markets. And Las Vegas just is an example of $25 billion in capex that's making almost zero EBITDA, and it clearly got overbuilt pre-08. And for years to come, I suspect we'll continue to see repercussions of that overbuilding. I mean, room prices are still way below peak levels in 07, and the riverboat markets have fared a bit better, but Las Vegas, I think, continues to be a long time for it to ever get back to peak pricing.
And clearly the big players in Las Vegas see that the future is in China and Macau. So when you handicap what's going on, who do you like? Do you like Wynn? Do you like Las Vegas Sands? Who has the best exposure to China right now?
Well, the best players in Macau all have publicly traded companies. So I'm partial to Las Vegas Sands, but I've obviously Wynn, MGM, Melco, even Stanley Ho, SJM are well positioned. Macau is 7 times bigger than all of Las Vegas and growing. And the big opportunity in Macau is the mass market. The customers in China who would typically be customers of Walmart and McDonald's, they're coming to Macau now, and they're more profitable. I mean, there's this misperception that all Macau is high rollers that bet $1 million per trip. That used to be Macau. The real growth, the real profitability in Macau is your mass market customers.
Will there soon be a casino on every riverboat in mainland China as well? I mean, is that the future? And does that bode well for companies like IGT? Because they always say you'd rather own the company that makes the shovels than the gold mine.
So look, the Chinese government has been very good about protecting Macau. Hainan Island, there was a casino that opened and it was shut within days. Chinese government, saw that Taiwan is contemplating expanding gaming. They've restricted visas to Chinese thinking about going to Taiwan. So I think Macau is very well protected, which is part of what makes it exciting. In addition to that, you have a giant infrastructure improvement coming in the next 2 years, which is a bridge from Hong Kong. So you no longer have to take the ferry. Pretty soon you'll be able to drive from the Hong Kong airport and be in Macau in less than an hour. In addition to that, there's a high-speed rail interconnect that's going into Macau that'll go all the way up through Beijing and Shanghai, and both those infrastructure improvements in the next 24 to 36 months will just facilitate more traffic into that market with limited competition throughout China. So I think the story in Macau remains very positive.
All right, thanks a lot, Jason.
Yeah, good to see you.
Thank you for watching The Street.